Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Break It Dawn. Let's report to Queen Onekaza what transpired under the Watershaper's guild. Though she may have some clue, since a dragon did burst out from beneath her city. But we'll see.
What madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook? The mountain shakes, bellows of anguish echo over the wind.
Onekaza raises a trembling hand to her brow.
And a shadow rose from the streets to cover Queen's birth on its way to the sea. Now the traders look to me for answers I do not have.
Onekaza pounds her armrest with her fist.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me, what happened?
Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon.
You do not jest.
The queen blinks and slowly rises to sit straight in her throne.
About many things, Highness. Not this, I say.
Ukaizo folds his arms and closes his eyes. Something about the gesture causes Onekaza to hold her attention on him.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
Onekaza searches over your shoulder. Guildmaster Myru is dead.
No, to lose a teacher of Myru's skill while Rawatai points their cannons at us?
Onekaza raises her hand to her mouth.
Tekehu, my sympathies. I know yours was a turbulent apprenticeship.
Nakara, the guild, they fought bravely, Highness.
Tekehu nods, his lips pressed in a hard line.
Send every bird for my master Watershapers. Tell them to cleave the ocean in half if they must. They will come to Nekataka now.
A pair of attendants bolt to attention and scramble down the stairs. Onekaza nurses her brow and sighs.
I once told Myru she was not allowed to retire while Rawatai's fleet darkened my ports. Nagati is not done testing me, I say.
Pariki captured the dragon long ago and built the guild around his prison.
Pariki was a whaler before she took up Nagati's art. I say her largest trophy was a secret, well kept.
She sighs, cradling her chin on her palm.
Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
Onekaza cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Ranga Hauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
As her attendants make for the exit, Onekaza leans back in her throne and considers.
Ikara, but I cannot believe... Highness, would you trap another of Ngati's ancient pets?
I would go any distance to protect my people. Can Nagati's chosen say the same?
Onekaza turns back to you, leaving Tekehu to pull on his hair and frown.
Speak on, Watcher. As surely as a tide swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
The forms of water shaping are fabrications made to tap into the dragon's prison.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say, and Myru's after her. All at the cost of this beast's freedom.
Onekaza raises her brow.
If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
A sinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if Onekaza feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her.
What became of the dragon, Watcher? If the power of this beast strengthened our guild.
Onekaza leans forward. Oh boy. I set him free. Nothing in Onekaza's outward bearing changes, but the silence of the rooftop garden feels especially oppressive. Then you notice the scratching sound of her nails in the armrest of her chair, and her tigers glance up at you with sudden attentiveness.
No, no, I say! Nagati close her teeth around your boat and Wodika scrawl your name in her log of disgrace.
This is true too. Option 3. What the guild did was wrong. I said it right.
If my apprentices struggle to learn Nagati's art, then we have no hope of replenishing the ranks. And I do not have the luxury of patience. I cannot keep Rawatai in check if they do not recognize our strength. The guild can outlast this, but our enemies will test us beyond what we can endure.
I didn't set out to damage the Onekaza, Highness.
Then you are nothing but a fish puppet Ngati sent to trick us with cheap lures of hope. Even in desperate times, this falls beneath the expectations of the Kahanga crown. You may see yourself out.
A wave of concerned whispers crosses from one end of the rooftop to the other. Would you simply hand an ally to your competitors, Onekaza? She winces. An expectant murmur grows among the onlookers of the rooftop garden.
Wait. Watershapers have kept this city in the hands of the Kahanga. A queen cannot do this alone.
She looks up at you, a deep furrow cleaving her brow.
You may work off your debt to the crown. I will swallow my pride if it keeps an ally under my roof.
The tension in the garden begins to ebb with the softening of Onekaza's tone. Option 2. Just kidding, I quit. Thank you for the second chance, Highness.
Thank the goddess. Pray that she finds you worthy of service. My water-shaping masters will arrive soon, and I say the guild will be stronger for their guidance. But a queen's work is not finished until she has endured all of Nagati's trials. I could send birds to every Ranga and rally them to our cause, but Neketaka needs more than strength. We need pure Huana fury. We need the Wahaki. Do the Wahaki pay the crown obeisance in whatever eccentric form suits them?
Onekaza rests her chin on her fist and studies you. I'll report in later. She raises her eyebrow and watches you go without comment. So what is our reputation with the Huana now? That's still at 4. So they do still like us.
Watcher, I hope you're enjoying my city.
Onekaza lifts her gaze to meet yours.
Huh?
So the
Right.
Wahaki don't like us. I don't know if we can actually speak to them. Shaking his head, Ukaizo seems uncertain of where to place his focus. He draws and expels heavy, whistling breaths through his nose. Do you want to talk?
And to my tribe, the Watershapers were keepers of the past, our connection to the ancestors.
His speech rises in intensity, but he doesn't seem aware of it.
How the guild heaped praise on Ngati's chosen. How they congratulated themselves for acquiring me, I say. My cage was a gilded one. Their dragon, he was not so lucky.
I see your point. They used you both.
The guild teaches a likeness of Ngati's art, for shame. But they posture before outsiders like masters of old.
He holds up an authoritative finger, breathing heavily.
To inspire the world with Ngati's gift. This is my calling.
I do agree that the guild doesn't deserve him. But if he enjoys it... Yeah, I don't like option 4. I almost do. But I feel like I'm placing too much of a burden on his shoulders, and that's not fair to him. The guild doesn't deserve you.
None of this changes how I feel when I practice the forms. Like swimming over an ocean trench, I say.
He crosses his arms over his chest and sighs.
But Pariki twisted my art into a perversion, an echo of what it should be. The guild must change for the Huana to grow. I say that as Ngati's message delivered through her son's mouth.
What do you plan on doing about it?
I will bring a change not seen since the days of our ancestors.
Takehyu thumbs his chin, considering.
Our legends speak of the covenant with Ngati, one that defined the tribes for generations. The ancestors gave her unwavering devotion, and she gave them a gift.
Takehyu sighs and lazily scoops a palmful of water droplets from the air. They form a rough approximation of an anglerfish.
Losing Ukaizo severed our connection to the gods. Over time, their gifts diminished.
The anglerfish turns belly up and puffs into vapor.
The tribes have never needed Ukaizo more. With Ngati's blessing, I would bring Ukaizo to them.
Tell me what you know of Ukaizo.
An island, a city, a dream. The best of our people, before Cataclysm buried it under ash and waves. Others call it the heart of the Huana Empire. More still, call it home.
What would you expect to find on Ukaizo?
The bleached bones of the past? Lewd sculptures? No one knows what the Huana left behind, and there is little enough for us to guess by.
Ngati gave you water shaping.
Ikera, talent like mine was once effortless, I say. Our birthright as Huana.
He smooths back his hair, his hands coming away damp.
Our ancestors could raise islands or divide the seas. No warship could stand against us. Now only a fraction of us remember.
He wipes his palm dry, frowning all the while. So you committed to finding the island.
Ikera, but sometimes I wonder if we lost the Covenant for a reason. And if Ngati's chosen should choose his own path.
Takehyu sighs.
Whatever we find, what better crew than friends to find lost Ukaizo on treacherous seas? Ikera?
He makes a sweeping gesture, grinning all the while.
I'm glad we got him excited. Makes me wish I knew how to sail.
Algina smiles weakly as she gives Takehyu a half-hearted nod and a shrug.
Did you hear that? We're friends, him and I.
She flushes prettily, a happy smile tugging at her lips.
Captain, you have let the handsome fish do all the talking. I needed this. Thank you.
He releases a heavy sigh, shaking out his arms as the tension dissipates. I like option 2 as a joke, but I feel like it's going to be interpreted as flirty. It's no problem, Takehyu.
Ikera, let us be off.
The world around you darkens, and once again you feel an insistent tug for your attention, the pull centering from Takehyu's soul. Surrender to the sensation.
My handsome fish is intimidated by his own potential. How upsetting for him.
The air around you feels thick with moisture. Andra leans forward in her throne.
See the anxiety that takes shelter behind his confident smile? He has worn that since he was old enough to swim.
Or crawl.
I could always plant the Covenant in his dreams, but that would spoil the fun of Ukaizo. My final test for the Huana. Help him to rise up from crawling. Help him to stand and walk as a man, as a god.
Her presence draws away, and watery fingers lightly brush the nape of your neck.
Still with us, Captain? I had no desire to bore you with my inane chatter.
Takehyu smirks, eyeing you with concern. Let's be off.
Yeah.
Well, we can try to go back to Oreo Kuiki and see if the Wahaki will aid the Huana. But that may be a bridge burned. Only because they don't like me. Which, in my defense, I didn't realize that Rawatai was going to occupy Crookspur. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't ally with the Huana. Or with the Kahanga specifically. Because doing so would still be an action to counter Rawatai. But they may not see it that way because they're being petty. Last time we tried to speak to the leader of the Wahaki, it wouldn't let us enter dialogue with her. So hopefully that's not still a thing.
Come no closer, outsider.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Plus, we don't have a quest for it, so I don't think there's anything we can do there.
Again, you interrupt.
Well, we have a main quest we can do. We also have all those mega bosses we can pursue. Not sure which path I'm going to take yet. I'll probably do the main quest first. Because that's obviously not a point of no return because we accidentally stumbled across it and didn't get any warnings.
On it.
But real quick, I do want to see if there's anything we can level up. Get that superb and legendary. I do think this is the shield I'm going to use going forward. Once this one's maxed out, which taking ages. And I think last word is going to be the weapon that I use. But it also needs the Adrabon. That's so frustrating. Let's go make it superb. Yeah, right now, the Adrabon is our only limiting factor when it comes to our equipment. This requires 4. I assume because it's a two-handed weapon. So all the one-handed weapons should only cost 2. Yeah, it's just these 2 quests. So let's go to Ashen Maw. Oh, whoops. I need to swap out for Aloth real quick. Let's see if we can't have a chat with Aethys. This windlass is far too massive and heavy for a kith to operate.
It is so quiet. How many has Aethys killed passing through here?
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
Kith trespasses in the goddess's maw? But how?
Incensed, the giant warrior hulks. Her thick muscles twitch, red markings glowing hotly against her ashen skin.
You must seek to follow in your defiler god's footsteps. You will not, for I will smite you where you stand!
Bellowing, she hefts a massive sword overhead. But a second giant slams the haft of his iron staff into the warrior's hard-muscled stomach, abruptly halting her attack.
Hold
Sega! I would speak to this filthy minion of the wretched god Aethys before you char his bones to dust.
I'm no friend of Aethys. He stole a piece of my soul, and I mean to get it back.
Ha! You think to confront an embodied god? Then you are either powerful beyond comprehension, or as much a fool.
He cants his head, Broadfinger scratching at the rivets of his helm.
Yet you imply you do not serve him.
I don't imply, I straight up said I do not serve him. The first giant's grip turns white-knuckled on the hilt of her sword. Her muscles strain, and the metal quivers in her hand.
Rakir, move! We cannot allow these intruders to live.
Again, she thrusts the sword high. With a shrug of his meaty shoulders, he steps aside. Your fury should burn for Aethys, not me. Shoulders taut with tension, the warrior eyes the strewn corpses of his fellow Rithunid arms. They lie dry like husks, siphoned of their souls.
I hope your weapons are as keen as your wit, both for your sake and mine, puny kith.
He places a hand out to hold the warrior back. He studies you intently.
You would face us in battle rather than flee? I like your mettle. Kith who does not cower before Margren's greatest warriors. We have not yet defeated the embodied god, but that does not mean we won't. The Drotiger is readying another assault from within the Jagged Keep as we speak. I will permit you to scamper closer to God's face, if you believe you can survive. Scurry deeper into the maw, but know that my brethren may squash you.
How can I reach Aethys?
All who neared the intruder god were gutted until extinguished. You think your soul could last even half so long as Rathun's?
Maybe the Kiths will last longer.
She snorts, but the other warrior ignores her, answering in her stead.
Only Margren's shrine with our Jagged Keep can lead you to the Defiler God. Kith, if Margren wishes you to face him, surely she will fire the way.
I worry Margren plans to erupt this volcano. If you stay, you'll die. He hefts his meaty shoulders in a heavy shrug.
Our duty is foremost to Margren. We guard the maw to its fiery end.
You plan to attack Aethys?
First, we recover the wounded and their weapons. Drag them into the Jagged Keep.
He nods.
And then we will kill a god.
Smacking the head of his staff against his chest, he bears you a garish grin. Farewell.
Segrin, help me with the bodies, but this time gentle your grip.
It can't be helped, Rakir. These fallen are brittle.
Think you got the decency to die?
Sure. Will do. Yeah? Nice and slow.
Something. Hey. Something I can do? Hey. Of course. How may I help?
I shall be
What do you
discreet.
need?
Huh?
How may I help?
Steady does it.
Alright, don't mind us looting all your stuff.
Subtle indeed.
Reckon this is what happens when you try to keep a god from enacting his plans.
I've got it.
I A rock slide has collapsed this section of the keep. Ashen Key. This key has been forged from a coal-colored alloy. Metal is hot to the touch. The key easily spans the length of a Kith's forearm. So you're saying it could be wielded as a blade? Some kind of key blade. Alright, I'm gonna call it here, and next time we'll go to the Ashen Bridge and possibly confront Aethys. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.